ketone test strips in from Keto Mojo. Had a couple days where I didn't have them, so I apologize for the lack of data there, but I've got them now. For some reason, some of them went bad. Like I said, I think it was the cold weather at deer camp, but got a whole new box, so we should be good. And I got a package of 50 this time, so we ain't running out for a while. Let's test this thing. Boom, I finally fixed it so that it showed milligrams per deciliter versus millimolar for the blood glucose, so no more calculator needed. Alrighty, y'all. Crystal's been diligently working on finding us commercial kitchen space. We may have found one in Little Rock, so that's a cool deal. Right now we're gonna take a break. I don't know if any of y'all done, if y'all have a Mac, which I have, I have a Mac desktop. I did the new update, and it's made my Google Sheets, my Google Docs, like super laggy and glitchy. So it's basically tripled my time in getting my clients' macros done, which sucks. So I need to work out that bug ASAP. If any of y'all are from Google, please get on that. Or if any of y'all have a workaround, I'm all ears. Also, we're gonna take a little break from clients now. We're gonna train back at some point, but I might go to a supplement shop and see if they have some lifting tights, and because I want some more tights. I bought some and then I gave those to Crystal because they were too tight on me. So let's do that real quick. This is Crystal wearing the tights that I bought for myself. They look like they fit her better than me.
They definitely do.
Alright, y'all, just bought some tights. They were $159.99. They're now on sale for $129.99. The most expensive tights I've ever purchased. I'm either incredibly stupid, or these are gonna help a lot with the compression and kind of keeping my joints and ligaments warm and help with recovery time. That's what they advertise anyways. I'm not so ignorant though that I expect it to be a magic pill. However, the supplier that I found that I might have do my Keto Savage apparel also carries this brand, so I may be able to get these with my logo on there in the near future, which would be pretty sweet. These are like the best. These are the leading standard in tights compression wear that I'm aware of, so I figured I'd just go to the top of the mountain and give them a test drive. So yeah, doing deadlifts in a little bit, gonna be wearing these. We'll see how it works. Alright, these are my smashing tights right here. They fit pretty good, they're pretty tight. Look like Robin Hood, but pretty good mobility. I like it. I think these were a large, so if you're about my size and you get this brand, definitely don't go any smaller than a large because they'll be too tight, but this is good. I like it. Let's try them out. Alrighty, y'all, we're about to rock out a back workout. Quick little past trivia here. This is a sweater that I just now brought out because it's cold enough now, but if you can read that, MFNB Bodybuilding Sykes. This was before Keto Savage. This was before I was even keto, I think. This was before anything. I started like wanting to make my own training company. MFNB stands for Men's Fitness Natural Bodybuilding. Actually, that's the clean version. It actually stands for motherfucking natural bodybuilding. And very vulgar, very inappropriate. I'm glad I went with Keto Savage. Much more meaningful, much less vulgar. But little trivia past there. Just to kind of give you a taste of what was but never became. So Keto Savage is where it's at though, all the way, 100%, no looking back. Back attack time. Here we go. We go heavy on deadlifts, and I'm feeling a whole bunch of lats. We don't do a whole lot of lats. I'm gonna do a serious. I do. It's not snarky. We're gonna do a whole bunch of lat work today, so get ready for that. Alright, y'all, back by popular demand, doing a little commentary here with this workout. This is kind of a long clip, this footage here, so I'm just gonna speak casually and just kind of point out some pointers and techniques. So I like to do a 3 or 4 set rotation on cable work to warm up before I get into the heavier movements like deadlift. So we typically go to like the cable tree, pick 3 or 4 good exercises. Today it was a a cable row like you're seeing her do now, and we did a cable pull down, and then we also did a lat pull down. One thing Crystal's really got working for us are lats. Those are some thick lats. But yeah, so I do, and I like putting my feet a little higher and close, so I put my feet on that upper pad as opposed to the actual foot pegs. This is with a moderately close grip attachment. I like that because it allows you to go a little bit more range of motion and kind of squeeze it closer to your chest. This is a cable pullover. I do this pretty quickly, just kind of focus on getting the blood flow. It's more of a stretching movement than anything, but I really like it to kind of, you know, preface the back workout and just get things moving. This attachment is not very common in most gyms. It's kind of becoming more popular, but it basically, unlike just a typical bar, it forces you to kind of focus on your grip strength and kind of just attacks the angle from a slightly different perspective. I like it a lot. Sometimes my grip goes up before my back does.
On the pull down and wide grip on the rows.
Talking twice here, once in the video, once on the voiceover. So yeah, then we just switch the grip to a close grip, which I really like to incorporate as well. One thing I like to do is I'll put my head in between my arms and let my arms like dead hang. I'll demonstrate, I'll talk about that later here. But yeah, this is a wider grip cable row. It's a little bit harder because your arms are just so much farther apart, but it's really good at really squeezing those shoulder blades together. So there's me doing it there. This time I'm actually using the foot pegs. Yeah, it's a little bit harder because you don't have, your arms aren't as close together, but if you really focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together, you're gonna work that central back. All right, what's next? All right, so here's my close grip pull down, and like I was saying earlier, I didn't do it in this video, but if I'm really wanting to focus on form, as I let my arms go up, I'll basically let my head stick between my arms and just let them like dead hang, fully extend that range of motion, really focus on the contraction. Here I'm kind of keeping my elbow slightly bent, just kind of keeping it a little bit shorter, a little bit more fast, but I like to do that as well. Onto deadlifts. So starting out, I typically do, 8 reps starting out. I kept it a little bit shorter rep range today because I wanted to focus on going heavy. Here's Crystal doing 135 as her warm-up. We both are doing deadlifts primarily for lower back development. So if we wanted to focus on getting more weight up specifically, we would drop our butt a little bit more and use more of a leg drive to get a heavier weight, incorporate more of that leg muscle to get a heavier weight. However, my primary concern here is building the lower back, so I tend to keep my legs fairly straight. So here she is doing 185, it looks like. Deadlift's one of Crystal's strong points. She goes ham on these. But yeah, she's rocking at 185 here. And she's really good form too. You notice her back stays straight throughout the entire movement. Sometimes mine will curve a little bit, so she's got me beat there. This is me doing 225, quick 4 reps it looked like. Crystal's tends to add about a 10-pound plate each time she goes up in sets. But yeah, her form's pretty much flawless. Like I can't even pick out anything bad with her form. I tend to roll the bar a little bit, which kind of like, it technically probably cheating a little bit. I get a little bit more momentum going. Here she is at 225. Again, flawless form for 2. Here I am at 405. I think I did this for 1. When I go really, really heavy, I start just doing singles, and I'll just add a 10-pound plate to each side for a single. Actually, no, I went for a double here. My straps started ripping. That's why it kind of looked uneven there. My wrist straps, I go through about a wrist strap every 6 months or so. They start ripping, and one of my sets on deadlift, it'll just pop off, which is kind of screws up my set. But here I'd added, I believe, a 10 to each side, so I did 415 for 1 there. Crystal this is her max, so she got 265. What is this here? Chalking up, getting in the zone. Crystal wanted to take this clip because she wanted to illustrate when I'm doing deadlifts, when I'm doing squats, something heavy that requires like a lot of mental focus. I'll just kind of like
listen to the song, or just kind of focus in on the moment, meditate on actually lifting the weight, visualize lifting the weight. If you go into the lift thinking that you're not going to get the weight, you're not going to get the weight. This is me basically just kind of getting in the zone, visualizing me picking that off the ground, and then picking that off the ground. So that's what the name of the game's all about here. So just visualize it, make it happen. This was what is this, 425, I believe. This was the heaviest I went today, 465. It's kind of rough. You could hear my wrist straps ripping there. But yeah, 465 there, I believe. 1, 2, there you go.
Woo!
Come on.
Baby, no.
No?
It's too hard.
This is my kind of Wi-Fi password. You should know what that means. Little Ronnie Coleman there. Yeah, I left some of the audio in the video itself, and then I'm doing this audio voiceovers. Hopefully this isn't too busy or too distracting. This machine, I don't know what it is, but this particular machine with the leverage points is heavier than any other plate-loaded lat pull-down machine I've ever used. Doing some pull-ups here. I was pretty fatigued at this point, so my form is pretty sloppy. But I've been trying to improve my pull-ups because they're rough. Gym has one of these shrug machines here, plate-loaded shrug machines. You can improvise a little bit, use a bar, and get a really solid, good range of motion row out of it. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. You're getting tips double times in the video and in the voiceover. This is actually the first time I've ever done this, but a lot of the gyms have these shrug machines. You can bring a bar over to it and then basically just position the bar underneath the machine. But I really liked the range of motion this provided, and I really just liked, I was going kind of fast, but I went pretty heavy on this. I think I wound up doing 3 plates on each side. But I really just like the squeeze and the control that I got from using that machine for a barbell row. This is a pendlay row. Actually, it's a bench for it. Like, it's got a hole there in the bench where you can stick your head. Most gyms don't have this. You'll see some people, stacking up boxes with a bench to make it work. And this is me. I had to take the sweater off to see what thickness I had underneath that back, underneath all that fat. Really, I mean, whew, not near as shredded as I was in competition season, but that's just part of it. I still got the thickness though. And honestly, I attribute almost all of my back thickness to deadlift. Deadlift is where it is at, ladies and gentlemen. So be doing deads. Alright, y'all, workout is complete. Felt good to have a sweater on the whole time, hood up. I used to always try like that. My first 2 years of working out, I always had a hoodie on because I was so self-conscious of how I looked. Like, I didn't want anybody to see me until my physique, illustrated something of hard work. So I always wore sweatpants, always wore a hoodie, always had the hood on. So it's good to work out like that again, get a good sweat, get in the zone. Hood on, world out. That's the way to do it.